So traders, what's going on with the actual mining sector right now? There's really something amazing happening in the mining sector right now, which is really getting a lot of people confused about what's going on. Also, when it comes to the actual stock market, what's happening when we come to the actual cycle of things? You know, like there's an overall cycle of how these big booms and busts and so on and so forth that actually happen with the actual stock market. I'm going to walk you through that as well too. I'm going to walk you through gold and silver as well too. What's also what is happening with the dollar right now, the US dollar? We have just broken out of a 2-year consolidation to the upside. Is that bad? Is it good for the metals? What's going on there right now? That's exactly what I want to talk to you about in today's video. Obviously, guys, disclaiming here, there's no guarantees of making a profit in the markets, and most people do lose money in the markets. No matter what you do, most people do lose money in the markets. That's why you do need help, right? If you do need some help, I'm giving away a free trading course. That first thing in the description, or go to johnsfreegift.com. You can see it's a full complete. There's like 10 videos, all that sort of stuff in there. Anyway, just go get access to that, guys. Go get the help you need. Get educated so that you can actually understand these markets more, right? So, and also, the number one thing for you for your trading is what? When you open up the charts, what are you looking for when it comes to your trading setup? Now, actually, you know what? Let me bring this back here. Let me bring this disclaimer back here. All right, let's start off with this one here. The market cycle. This is one that I want to start off with. So, the market cycle. As you can see, this is I got this from the good old interwebs, the internet. Right, and this is roughly where the market cycle. This is roughly the market cycle. Now, this is the market cycle. Now, here's where it gets really cool, right? So as we can see this is what's going on. I want to get your opinion. Please leave a comment in the comment section below, and let me know, where do you think we are in the stock market right now of things? Are we at and the thing is how you get a good barometer, and this is when you know you're getting good at investing in the markets, right? Is you're starting to get a bit more of a barometer of what's going on there right now, right? And so where is the barometer? Like, the barometer simply means like where is the overall sentiment of most people right now? Where was it for the last few years, right? And then now, where are we now, right? So if you think about it, right, if we look at the actual stock market of things, right? Here we go. So as you know, like for the last, probably I would say for the last few years, what did we actually get, right? We've been actually having this through here, right? I would actually say the stock market is probably rallying into the disbelief, right? Then obviously that disbelief here then obviously goes over to here when it comes to the cycle of things, right? So if we see that, and then we see that there's like a little bit of a hope coming through here, like there's actually a little bit of hope now coming through here. I wonder where we are in the market in this. If I think about the sentiment of what's happening here, we went from, as you know, for the last few years, it was pretty bad, the sentiment. So it's like people were confused, that it was like there's a lot of negativity out there, there wasn't a lot of hope out there, and people were just like, people were fearful, right? Fear. I saw it in my comment section that I do with the videos. So when I'm looking at this level through here, and I'm feeling what I'm feeling now since Trump has been elected, Trump optimism, I wonder where we are right now. If I'm going to have to give a bit of a guess, in this massive cycle of things, I would have to say we're anywhere between hope and Trump optimism in the markets. So I'd have to say we're somewhere through here. Now, why is that important? Well, I'm laughing because if you've been following me now for the last short term, for the last few weeks, just this year alone, especially longer, you would know my number one thing has always been what? What's that? The weekly charts. I'm going to get to the charts in just a minute. What's the weekly chart doing? And if the trend is up, continue to go with that, right? The trend is your friend until the end. We know that. Unfortunately, most people are trying to pick tops in markets, and that's why, if you're doing that right now, guys, if you're doing that, don't do that, right? No, you're making life difficult for yourself, right? Why do you pick tops in the markets when you know, especially in the stock market, right? Even in gold, a lot of markets, you know that you try to pick a top in the market, double tops, reversals, and so on and so forth. You make it life hard for you. You've been wrong 100% of the time in the last 2 years, where you could have been right a lot more bit of the time just going with the market. Anyway, so I would say Trump optimism, this rally is real, is here. Now, and I'm just thinking about here. I would have to say the hope to optimism here is where I see things happening when it comes to the actual stock market. Now, from an actual technical analysis point of view, that's an actual cycle point of view there. From a technical analysis point of view, on the Dow Jones, all right, this is the DJ, the good old DJ, right, and then we have this is the weekly chart to the left. Okay, so weekly chart to the left, daily chart to the right. We've got about 6 months worth of data to the right, and weekly chart to the left. And as you can see, when the chart starts in the bottom left and ends in the top right, it's called a what? Trend, right? And what is? The trend is your friend until the end, right? Just go with it, guys, right? Again, my whole thing for you guys is I want you to be around 10 years from now. Unfortunately, 90% of you guys watching this video right now, you won't be here this time next year, right? You'll be like, oh, this trading thing is not for me, right? Just make life easier for yourself. Don't make life harder for yourself. Rule number 1, don't trade against the trend. Rule number 2, don't use 1,000 different indicators. You know that, right? You got a 50-50 chance. And then you apply some simple trend analysis. Now you've increased it to 60-70%. Now what you're going to do is you're going to overlay the stochastics, MACDs, RSIs, Fibonacci's, Elliott waves, and you're like, I have no idea what to do. Right? I understand. Right? I was down that path as well too. It's called the discovery path, right? If you've been probably less than 5 years, I would say, you're down this path of discovery, right? Discovery path is you're just learning everything about everything. And then you realize, okay, 80% of the stuff, yes, it's good to learn, but it's not actually going to help me make money. Anyway, so that's the Dow Jones through there. We can actually see continue through there. We look at the Nasdaq, and Nasdaq is actually almost at all-time new highs. We came down this level over here. We came down to this level here. We bounced off that level of resistance, and we came down and found support through there as well too. S&P 500, look at this here. S&P 500 has just been in a steaming move to the upside. Right? And again, just don't trade against the trend. Trade with it, right? Trade with it. When's the top going to be in? We don't know, right? If there's Trump optimism, right? If there is Trump optimism, which I do believe, right? There's Trump optimism. It's weird. I'm just thinking about it now. It's like Trump optimism. Yeah. So we're probably going to have another leg to the upside. And guess what? The last leg, if this is the last leg of the bull market, the last leg of the bull market always happens to like you, right? You see that there. Believe through euphoria. You always know where we are in the markets. When my gardener comes and starts to talk to me about a particular market, or my ex-wife, who has nothing to do with the markets, I know exactly where we are, right? So with I always say that because my gardener comes to me sometimes. He's like, "Oh, what do you think about the crypto market right now?" And he's like, "I'm buying Bitcoin right now." He's my gardener. I'm like, "Oh crap! Exit, stage left." Anyway, so I call it my gardener barometer. My gardener barometer. If he's buying Bitcoin right now, now this was a while ago. He was saying this. Now he's a bit nervous, so it's interesting. Anyway, so when he was saying that, I used my gardener barometer. You know the whole thing when the taxi's saying they're buying something right now. It's like, you're what? Okay, me stage left. Anyway, and the bottom line is, guys, is as I'm looking at these charts here right now, trading is easy for me right now. Why? Because I'm going to break it down to one simple thing for you. Okay. I have a really high quality, powerful trading setup that works most of the time. And if I can just be patient and wait for that setup, sometimes I might not have it might be a few weeks with no trades, and just be okay with that. I'm going to have a successful year and a successful trading career. That's what it comes back down to. The hardest thing is, the whole thing is wanting to trade all the time. Anyway, so the IWM came all the way back down, came all the way to this whole level of 225, and then we had this level all through here, right? This level all through here, and now we're breaking back above it. We actually had those two levels of whammy. Right? So we have the whammy through here. This is whammy 1. Whammy is like, you know, back off type thing. And then there's support level through here. And now we're actually breaking above through here. So we're starting to really get into pushing back above these levels through. And the reason why that's so powerful is because if we do, then we could start to see a really nice move coming in the Russell from here. So let's go check out just a quick little update on actual gold and silver right now, guys. And then I'm going to get to the mining sector as well. So looking at the actual silver from here, so the actual silver market, one of the really interesting things I'm seeing here is I do believe silver is going to make a really big move. Now, some of you guys are going to get really confused about what I'm about to say here right now. And it's because the way that you're thinking about this here is wrong. I'm about to talk about how the silver mining sector looks weak. And it looks like it may be getting ready for a down leg to come soon. Meanwhile, on the actual silver market itself, right? On the silver market itself, what I'm looking for this to be bullish. Now, I'm not saying this is going to be bullish. What I'm looking for this to be bullish is I'm looking for a breakout to be above this level 3. I'm looking for something like that to go through. Now, it's going to be more like this, you know, something like that, right? I need a break above this whole resistance level all through here for me to start to say silver is in a very big bull move from here, right? Let's go look at the actual gold market from here. Gold had a really nice move to the upside, and one of the really important things I can teach you guys about how markets work is just knowing how markets work, and therefore you can anticipate what's likely to come, so therefore you can stop yourself from getting into, you know, just really bad trades, right? How do markets actually work? They flow, right? We go what? We go up for a while, and after a period of going up for a while, I'll call this the energy source. Using energy, you're using energy, and after a while, yeah, if you had a full tank of fuel over here, after a while you get what? You run out of energy, and then guess what happens? And we get the little pullback, and we go sideways for a bit to refuel, right? And there's the refueling pattern there. And after refueling, then we get going again, right? Sometimes we come back down to a 50% Fibonacci, and then we continue. But you see that. Why is that important to you? Because you know that when a market does, let's actually blow this chart up here for a minute. When a market moves up for a while, we're likely to get what? We're likely to get that. Up, sideways, up, and then guess what? After a while, we start to go through a change in trend. The reason why I'm saying that to you right now is if we just look at how markets really truly work, of what I just mentioned there, you would expect what out of gold? We've had a big move to the upside, haven't we? All right, we've had a nice move to the upside with gold. So if we've had a nice move for the last, what is that? That's the last probably couple of months through there, as my software just froze on me. That's okay. It'll come back in a minute. But anyway, we've had this really nice move to the upside. So if what I just said there makes sense, it's not a, there we go. Cool. She came back online. It's not going to be a surprise to see what? If we go up, and we go up, and we go up. Right? And we have the sideways movement, and we have the sideways movement, and then we have a bit of a drop, right? There comes a point where we actually change the trend, or we go pause from it. So we've been going up for a while. So what are we expecting? We're expecting what? Maybe a little bit of a pullback, a little bit of a drop soon out of gold, right? We're expecting that. And the reason why this is so powerful, just understanding this one thing for you, the reason why this is so powerful is what? You're expecting it to come back a little bit. And when you're expecting it to come back, because this is how markets work, this is the reality of markets, as you can see, right? It happens all the time, right? We go up for a bit, and then we get a bit of a pullback, and we go up for a bit. This is just natural rhythms of flows of markets, right? And then after a period of time, after it's been gone through these stair-stepping phase for a while, we end up going through a bit of a what's called a consolidation phase for a good 3 to 6 months to reset, and then we go through another big bull phase, and away we go again, right? So 1, 2, 3 phase, right? And so the reason why I'm saying this here is I do believe this is the start of the next bull phase. But the start of the next bull phase is what? If I open up my chart, charts a bit more, the bull phase is what? This is the consolidation. This is not bullish through here, is it? No, it's like sideways. This is not a bull phase. Now, what is a bull phase? A bull phase is what? Here we go, right? We're going sideways for a while, and then a bull phase is we break out, we come back down, and now we're starting to trend through here. And that there was about that was that 1, 2, 3, about 4 months. That it wasn't bullish through there, right? Bullish means up, right? It wasn't bullish from there. So if it wasn't bullish from there, therefore what? Therefore, when we're coming down to what's going on right now, it wasn't through the bull phase. Don't trade when there's no when there's no phase at all. One of the biggest things that stops traders from doing really well is trading when there is no phase at all. It's not a bullish phase, it's not a bearish phase, it's a no one phase. It's sideways. This is when traders are, oh, it's going to break up, oh, it didn't. Oh, it's going to break down, oh, it didn't. Right? There's a lot of indecision through there, and this is where you're getting chewed up. I don't trade these phases. What do I trade? I trade these phases here, and I'm getting ready now after all this time, right, of not trading not trading gold to start to look for some more phases. Why? Because when the market starts to trend, the trend is your friend until the end, the bullish phase is starting, I'm going to jump on that trend. But when there is no trend, there is no phase, there's nothing, we're getting ready to go again. So the purpose of me saying that is that, like as we saw back here, up, down, higher, low, and away we go, right? Then we start the up move. So what's probably going to happen? Up, even if we do go up a little bit more and we break up, we're probably going to get a bit of a pullback here, maybe sideways and break out. Then we can start the bull phase, right? Go up, sideways, bull phase start. Up, sideways, bull phase start. Why is that important? Right? Because roughly every bull phase in the market has roughly 3 stair steps, right? 3 stair steps. Look at this here. So not every single time, but a lot of the times we will get that. Well, we will get 3 stair steps. So this is stair step number 1, stair step number 2, and stair step number 3. Low, higher, low, higher, low. All right, there's the 3 stair steps, and then we go sideways. Then after the sideways period for a while, we start what? We start another bull phase. Stair step number 1, stair step number 2, stair step number 3. After the 3rd stair step in the bull phase, guess what happened? We went through what? Another one of these consolidation reset phases for a good, 3, 4, 5, 6 months. And then guess what? After a consolidation of the completely resetting, what I call a reset, you have the refueling, right? You have the energy using, and then the energy, and then the energy using, and then the energy building phase. The energy using, energy building, energy using, energy building, and then energy using. And after that period, which generally happens, we have, as you can see, 1, 2. This doesn't happen all the time, guys, but it's a rule of thumb, right? Sometimes you will get the 4th and 5th stair step, and that's where, for me personally, knowing this here, I'm always looking for trades on the 1st and the 2nd stair step, and that's where, for me personally, guys, when it comes to actually my trading with gold, I took a trade here on gold because it was the 2nd stair step. So I had this is a trading opportunity, right? Trades, get in, get out. I held this through this point through here. And also I actually rode this up through here because I got it on the 1st stair step, and then away we go from there, right? So the purpose of me saying that is that then what we do, then we start to go through. Let me see if I can bring up this one here, right? And then we start to go through, as you can see, after that, we start to go through these phases. We start to go through these, I call it a reset phase, right? Where you start to do this for a good 3 to 6 months. And then after the reset phase, guess what? Now we've reset it for a while, we've relaxed, right? You've taken some time off the gym, you're refueled, you're resetted, you got your bearings right, you put your plan together, you understand, and then boom, you're off for another good 3 to 6 months. See what I'm saying through there? So I believe that this is possibly getting ready for that next bull phase in the markets. And if we do, then guess what? If that happens, then looking at gold right now, if we do break up and come back down, what stair step number is that? That'll be stair step number 1, isn't it? Right? As you can see, stair step number 1, 2, and 3. This one here, stair step number 1. And the reason why stair step number 1 and stair step number 2 are always the highest probability times to be looking for a trade. Trade with the trend, And then on the stair steps, what we're looking for is low, higher low, and then a move to the upside, right? So these is for me on a stair step number 3. Sometimes the stair step number 3 can be good, sometimes it can't. Like this one here, as you can see, we had a stair step number 3, but only really that was sort of when it was petering out, when it's starting to go through the reset phase. My best trades are always after the reset phase, the sideways, and then trading the first or the second stair step. If that's the best, they are the most highest probability trades. So reset phase, when the market starts to trend, higher lows, higher highs, look for some good trading opportunities after we get the pullback, first step. After we get the pullback on the stair step, they are the best trading opportunities for me to identify those things in the markets from here, right? So that's what I wanted to show you from there, from that point through there, guys. One thing I want to just now, I'm a technician, right? I'm reading technical charts. So what I'm talking to you through, see what I'm doing here? So when I look at silver, I don't put silver and gold in the same bucket, okay? Because if you actually look at this here, and let me actually do this here for a minute for you. All right, let me this is not linked. All right, so what I want to bring is I want to bring up the SLV chart. All right, and let's actually bring up, I'll bring up this weekly chart here for a minute. All right, so forget the moving average here, but if I bring up the last, say, let's say bring up the last since 2022. This is the weekly chart of silver to the right, and this is where a lot of people are making a big mistake. Categorize in these things individually, and then if I look at 2022 from here, do you see a big difference here? Right now, I want you to just look at the chart. So the start of 2024, right? As you can see, the start of 2024 was when we started to have this big move. Start of 2024, we started to go up, but we really didn't make a real big move, right? As you can see, this one here. At the start of 2024, we had 1, 2, and now we're on that big 3 stair step there, right? Look at this here. Start of 2024, we've just done that through here. And the reason why is that silver's not always going to follow gold, and gold's not always going to follow silver. Sometimes gold will have a much bigger move, and silver won't. So what you want to do is you don't want to say, well, gold's going to go up, so therefore I'm going to trade silver. Or I believe silver's going to go up, so therefore I'm going to trade silver mining stocks, and therefore I'm going to go buy this mining stock. Right, which is just completely the wrong thing. Because if you look at a stock like, for example, AG, as an example of that flow, is if you look at AG right now, and let me actually just, by the way, there's a trade opportunity I'm looking at on AG right now. Right, if we look at AG, this is a silver mining stock, right? Through here, I'm actually looking for a shorting opportunity right now. I'm looking for a short-term short opportunity. Why? Low, lower high, lower high. Do you see the differences here? Right, so we've been going down through here. So what we want to do is we just want to go float. If you're a trader looking for what's called a shorter term trade, you're looking for a trade that you could get in and hold for a couple of days, then you want to go with the market from here. Okay, so yeah, and again, if we do get a breakdown out of AG, then there's a good chance we're going to move down towards the 450 level, and that could produce, especially when we start to look at some of the short term opportunities. So if we do start, look at this is the hourly chart. Yeah. So on the hourly chart, if we start to get a breakdown, like if we get some sort of real big large bar like that, then there's a high probability that is going to be a real good starting phase to have a real big move to the downside. So my private clients, if you're watching this, as you know, this is a level 2 type of trade. There could be an amazing opportunity from this. So for my private clients, if you're watching this, there could be an amazing what's called a short-term opportunity, but we need to see a real big breakout bar here first. If we do get that, then there's a real good opportunity of us starting to move down to at least this level through here, and with that being through there, that's a 10% drop. And if we can get that over a couple of day period through the options could be quite amazing with that sort of move, and that could be a really, really, really nice, good, quick, short-term trade from there, from that there. So anyway, that's that again, yeah. So private clients, keep an eye on that for me. I'll keep an eye on that if you are intraday trading. Even if you're not intraday trading, I like to trade the daily charts. If we do get a breakdown with a big volume spike, there's probably going to be some really nice shorter term opportunities from that point through there. So let's actually go look at the actual mining sector from here. So let's go look at the actual, and again guys, what we want to do is we want to take individual charts based off what the individual chart is doing, okay? That's all we want to do, because we want to make good decisions, right? So if I look at this is the GDX from here, the GDX to the right, daily to the right, weekly to the left, okay? So when we have this point through here, look at this. We can see that we've actually had this low, lower high, and lower high. But the big differences that I'm getting from, there's a big differences from the gold mining stocks. And as you can see, right, if you look at this whole thing here, right, this is the gold mining stock. This is GDX here. And what you don't want to do is, as you can see, one of the biggest mistakes that a lot of traders make, they say, well, gold is likely to go up, so let me go buy some gold mining stocks. See how gold is actually at all-time new highs. All-time new highs. Where if I bring my, right, if you actually look at, and this is where you, please don't do this big mistake. I'm seeing it so much, right? I had one person recently, you know, they thought silver was going to go up, so then they started to become bullish the silver mining sector, and then they went and bought a whole bunch of silver mining stocks, and now they're emailing me, right? They're emailing me, and they're asking me what's my view and what's my opinion on it. I'm like, how did you select this, right? And so as you can see, please don't, if gold is likely to make a move, make a decision based on gold, right? But if you look at here, gold is actually at all-time new highs. Gold is up here where the mining stock is still down here. So as you can see, they don't go together. Just because gold's going to go up doesn't mean gold mining stocks are going to go up. People say gold's going to go up, therefore I'm going to go trade gold mining stocks, therefore I'm going to go buy Barrick gold, right? You guys get what I'm saying here. See, there's such a big disconnect through there. And then suddenly what happens, and probably a lot of you guys who hold mining stocks right now are probably thinking this exact same thing. How can gold be at all-time new highs, having a big rally for the last couple of years, having big moves, and the mining sector still is stuck in its phase since basically 2022, where if you actually know, you know, the gold through there, right? And you're like, this does not make sense. How come gold is doing that, but the gold mining stocks is doing this? And then you go one step further. Oh my goodness! And then the individual mining stocks like Barrick Gold. See what I'm doing here, guys? I'm going down a bit of a rabbit hole, right? Oh my goodness! And if you look at this through here, and then you actually look at Barrick Gold, Barrick Gold is actually looking worse. See that through there? So please don't do that, okay? Please don't do that. I don't want you to, don't make life hard for yourself. What I want you to do is this. I want you to have a trading setup that you trade, and then go to Barrick Gold chart, forget everything layering, right? You're trying to be too smart. And what happens when you try to be too smart, right? Well, the dollar's likely to go down, therefore gold's going to go up, therefore the gold mining stock's going to go up, therefore I'm going to go buy Barrick Gold. No, no, right? Oh, Barrick Gold has much, and which one's better? That or B, the way that I trade? I'm looking for my trading setup. Oh, Barrick Gold actually has my trading setup. Oh, okay, let's trade Barrick Gold. There you go. Do you see what I'm saying here, right? Let's simplify the process here. Again, it's just the way that we think through the industry and so on and so forth. And again, if you look at actually Barrick Gold, right? Barrick Gold is still stuck down through here. And as you can see, it's like, it's just, please don't do that, right? So even if the gold mining stocks does go up, right? The gold mining stocks doesn't equal one of the biggest, one of the biggest companies out there doing really well. Because as you can see, we are still stuck down here over the last 10 years. But where is the gold price? The gold price is up here somewhere. Gold price is already up all-time new high. So please make it simple for yourself. And again, a lot of people, and the reason why I'm bringing this up here, touching this on today's video for you, is because I'm seeing a lot of traders out there being losing a lot of money right now and being such confusion. And then they're emailing me saying, what's going on? I'm like, how did you enter this thing in the first place? And now they're worried, right? And now they're confused and so on and so forth because they're just doing all the wrong things in the markets from here. So anyway, so let's go back to the actual GDX from here, guys. One of the differences, the mining sector, gold and silver mining sector are making the same patterns, but, or roughly the same patterns, but the GDX is making more like a V pattern, right? So it's coming, see how we are coming down, but we're coming strong through the upside. So this could be the start of a move to the upside because this is strong through here. What I say is I always like to see the L-shaped pattern, right? So this is the GDX from here. This is the GDxj, same sort of thing, right? Down and strong up. Now, SIL is doing what? See how it's different. The gold mining stocks was doing what? Down and like that. What's happening with the SIL? See how it's more like the L-shaped pattern, right? It's down and across. So the silver mining stocks right now, as I speak, are looking a lot weaker because there's not even a V-shaped bottom, right? Because we know bottoms, if this thing's going to start to move up, it's going to create a high, low, we're going to get V bottoms, we're going to start to get a bullish phase. What's going on through here, right? And now we look at the Silj, and this is probably what I had on my thumbnail to get you guys to click on it. Right? Is this. After all this time, look what's happening through here. Now, why is this important? This is important because we just broke through here. And if we do start to get something like this, where we do this, right, especially with my moving average coming down through here, we get that. And then for some reason, we get something like that going on. And then we get a big volume spike like that. There's a real good probability we're going to start to head back down towards the $8 level. And we're going to start to see another bearish phase in that through there. Right? So it's something really, really, really interesting what I'm seeing through here. And last but least, guys, in today's coaching video for you is I want to share with you what I'm seeing in the actual. And again, guys, like I don't do correlation, right? So yeah, right. Don't try to be smart. What I mean by try to be smart is don't have any say of, well, the dollar's doing this, therefore gold's going to do this, right? Just don't do that, right? Don't make it half yourself. Have good trading techniques and say, what's the dollar doing? And then keep it at that, right? Then if I want to make a decision on gold, I'm going to go to the gold chart. I'm going to analyze the gold chart and I say, what's gold doing? And then I'm going to make a decision on gold chart. If I want to trade the gold mining stocks, if I want to trade an individual gold mining stock, if I want to trade silver mining stocks, if I want to trade, see what I'm saying here? What we use trading patterns, system strategies, and trading techniques. And then we use all that and we go to that market, that one market, and then we decision. If I want to trade First Majestic as an example, I'm going to go to that chart and the only analysis I'm going to do is what that chart's telling me, then I'm going to go trade that, okay? The reason I'm saying this here is because we've actually broken out through here. So we've just broken out of doing nothing for all of this time through here. So what's happening through here? Is this the start of more upside in the dollar? If we do, right, that was more like the channel through there, as you can see, there was actually a bit through there. There was also another bit, right, all through there as well. So as you can see, right, we've actually just broken out through here. I wonder if this is a real breakout or a true breakout. Again, it's probably more through there. I'm just looking at the last, that was the resistance, and then it came down, found support through there. So once again, how do markets work? Right, we just don't go straight up, even on the weekly charts, right? Even on the weekly charts, what happens? We go up for a bit and then we can pull back, right? Even in this big bull market, up, down, up, down, up, down. See the waves? So we've been going up for a while, haven't we? So we're probably going to get a bit of a pullback. The top's in, maybe, right? But if my moving average, see this moving average through here? See how that's starting to trend to the upside. This has been doing nothing from here for a while. If we start to get a trending moving average on dollar right now, just looking at what the technical analysis is saying right now, if we do continue to start to hold and we start to get the moving average starting to trend again, this here is now what? A bullish phase in the markets. Remember I said before about phases, right? Stair step number one. Right, it's all the same thing in it, guys. Look at this here. Nothing. Stair step one, stair step two, stair step three. After the third stair step, we go through this consolidation. Now we're breaking out. There could be a move to the upside when it comes to dollar. Now, I'm not saying that's going to be the case. We have to then what? Wait for confirmation. But this is a big long-term weekly chart. And we can see here that this could be the start of the stair step number one in the dollar market.